So Anivia is kinda like a phoenix, right?
Game time.
Order! Order! We are here today for the trial of KevinJ for his malicious act of terrible punning in the first degree. Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call my witness to the stand, the suspect, KevinJ. Alright, Kevin, can you tell us why you committed such a hurtful crime? Well, Miles, I had always wanted to play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and when I finally sat down and sunk my teeth into it, the game was just so fantastic. I just had to review it for my YouTube channel, KevinJ 2010, for those of you who are wondering. I figured that for the review I could have some sort of pun or something to get people's attention. And knowing my luck, look where it's gotten me. Here, in court, on trial. Ah, so you make video game reviews on YouTube. Well, it doesn't excuse what you did. I rest my case.
Hold it!
Wait, you said you were going to review Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? Well, yeah, but I had a lot to say about it. Well, wouldn't a well-worded review warrant the use of some overdone opening to get people's attention? Well, yeah, that's why I did the joke. If the review was good enough, do you think he could be pardoned, Your Honor? Well, I guess I could swing that if the review was really that good. Alright, defendant, could you please give us your review? Of course I can, Your Honor. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a point-and-click style adventure game where you play as Phoenix Wright in a courtroom drama world. Throughout my playing of the game, I played for hours on end and even pulled a couple of all-nighters to beat it. Through its fantastic gameplay design, perfect presentation, and intriguing storytelling, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a totally original and captivating experience, earning its status as one of the greatest Nintendo DS games ever. Here's my review of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. The first thing we gotta talk about is, what is Phoenix Wright? In the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you play as Phoenix Wright! Duh! He's an up-and-coming defense attorney, and throughout the game you must defend people who are knowingly innocent, even though all the evidence is against them. The game is split up into two gameplay mechanics. First, the investigations. You wouldn't go into court without being properly prepared, now would you? You go around looking at the crime scene, gathering clues and information to help you with the case. This is the point-and-click part of the game. The story starts to unfold as you get to meet the parties involved, be it potential suspects or witnesses. Sometimes the characters tell you exactly what you need to know, and other times you find that one piece of evidence that changes your perception of a character. The clues you find and the characters you meet are then brought into the courtroom scenes, the best parts of the game. Have you ever taken a test in school about like a book you read or something in English class? The courtroom scenes are kind of like that, but way more cool. You hear witness testimonies and you try to find the contradiction between their story and the facts. You can even press them to make sure you understand them completely, or change their testimony to something more notable. As the trial rolls on, it feels like an arcade mode. You take on multiple testimonies, having to find some way to progress the trial. Sometimes just pressing enough can get you what you need to hear. Throughout both these parts of the game, you start to feel like you're really making relations with these characters. I mean, I feel like I'm actually getting to know them, and it really, really engrosses you in the story. No game I've ever played has been like that. It's a point-and-click adventure game, but it's got so much more to it. You would think a game based around text, reading, and investigating wouldn't be that much fun. I mean, I was never a big point-and-click adventure fan to begin with, but this game took its concept to such an extreme that it's actually really gripping. Something about Phoenix Wright sets it apart from any game that I've ever played. What makes this game so amazing is its presentation and its story. Through its beautiful combination of visuals and sound, Phoenix Wright enhances its already fantastic story. The anime art style isn't anything new, but dang, are these characters drawn with such character. I mean, some characters go from being cute and adorable to hideous beings. A nerdy guy literally changes into what I can only describe as a freaking rapist. I'm not kidding, look at his face! I mean, with a face like that, this game warrants its T rating. But it also shows how visually, this game can give you shivers, as well as many other emotions. The over-the-top design of the characters does nothing but dramatize the action in such a text-heavy game, which is a feat to put it lightly. Speaking of over-the-top characters, each and every one is original and dynamic. Even Phoenix with his main character awkwardness can make any player feel empathetic. There's Miles Edgeworth, a Shadow the Hedgehog style character, and your rival. He's calm, cool, and collected, but you know that deep down, he has a dark and emotional past. Detective Dick Gumshoe is the lovable big oaf of an investigator who seems slow and useless, but he always seems to help you out with just the right piece of information. So many characters bring out this story. They all seem so perfect. No character feels out of place or useless to the story. You hang on to every word they say, even if it's not directly related to the investigation. Oh right! We need to talk about the cases themselves. Each case gets more gripping than the last, and no case is ever as simple as you'd expect, some taking multiple days of deliberation and investigation to complete. Every second, something new and exciting will happen, keeping you gripped to your DS. And to me, I find that it lies most in its music and sound. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney plays corny but impactful sound cues that add so much to the story. Adding bangs and booms to seemingly normal conversations just add that sense of emotion. If anything, it just makes the text feel so much deeper than you think it would be. The music is also spot on, cueing in perfectly to fit the mood of the story. The music seems to make any mood hit your heart like a sack of bricks, from the immensely sad to giving you the utter satisfaction of solving the case. I feel like the music is speaking to me almost as much as the story. The game's story also can change the feeling of the music. I can't really explain it, but basically, through the twists and the turns of the story, your perception of a character makes you think differently when you hear their theme. Through moments like this and other twists and turns in the story, I was glued to this game for hours on end. I even pulled a couple of all-nighters to complete it. And honestly, I was really happy when I beat it, because I felt good. I felt really good. This game isn't just a game, this game is art. But is this even a game? That's such a tough call. I mean, it inherently is a game. I mean, you play it on a video game console. But everything in it is predetermined. There's no AI, there's no multiplayer, it's just text. More like a novel. But you do have to figure things out and obviously interact with it, and I guess that would indeed make it a game. A puzzle game, at least. I mean, get past the art elements, the game has a fantastic story, and that in itself should be cherished. The game as a whole is definitely entertainment. I mean, this game takes about 20 hours to complete, and it's non-stop, gripping entertainment. And that makes the game more valuable to me than any TV show or movie. You had to read everything closely. You start to feel like you're part of the action. Nothing quite filled me with such empathy before. I mean, just the second chapter, I was already hooked on solving the crime. This game is definitely an art piece, and it's just so good that I literally bought the entire series shortly after beating it. And that's when I would wrap up the review and give my score, with a quick summary to explain why I gave it that score. Ah, I see. Well, what would you have rated it? Well, Your Honor, with all that being said, it gets my KJ rating of... Indulge. Oh yeah! It's just something so fresh and so different that it deserves to be held onto and be loved by all who play it. Now, of course, the game is not for everyone. This isn't your Call of Duty, wait, no scope scrub kind of game, which I can't totally blame you if you want that. There isn't necessarily anything that puts gratitude on you as a player. You didn't achieve anything more than anyone else who's beaten the game. It's not like an RPG where you can play it your way and develop strategies. It doesn't have any sort of score or anything. I mean, heck, you won't even speedrun a game like this. But when you enjoy it as a work of art, and honestly, that's what it is, you realize that games don't need to be designed around a KDA or a top score. The fun you get from this game is the reward you get for playing it. And when you get to the end of the game, it's like a season finale of a TV show. You're so glad that you got through it and you got to see how the characters evolve. Like true art. Well, Kevin, we've heard enough. I give you my judge rating. I'm funny. Of not guilty. Yeah! Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney review. In case you didn't know what review you just watched, whatever. It was a long time coming. I had writer's block there for a little bit, then I just didn't have the motivation, so it took a little while between reviews. But we're back, we're here. If you want to see one of my older reviews, it's up top over here. And if you want to check out my Let's Plays, they down here. I'm almost done Skyward Sword, so I mean, hey, we're getting to some finale stuff. We all know that finale stuff's the best. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to work on the next KevinJ review. See you guys all later. Yes! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!